now, Terrible Sport by Matthew Jones, featuring John Hawkins and Gillian Jones.
I strode into the pub, quietly excited about seeing my friends and sharing many laughs. However, my good mood was quickly crushed to dust when I realised there were screens on the walls, projected upon which was horrible sport. Herded before each screen was a group of surly, grubby men drinking pints of lager and shouting like brutes. They were dressed in sporty shirts and dirty jeans, and some of them were even wearing baseball hats. They all looked like they wanted to punch me in the head, and I felt uncomfortable. I squeezed my way through the assembled scum, trying to find my friends in this terrible place. They were standing at the bar, ordering drinks and smiling. I approached Glenn and told him we must leave immediately because I hated it here. He laughed, handed me a drink, and told me he wanted to watch the game. I'd had a lot of respect for Glenn, but now he'd betrayed my trust, and I couldn't even bear to look at him.
Did you know? What line would you...
I tried to talk to Rebecca about a good film I'd seen recently, but Chris Woodman kept shouting at the sport, and our conversation was fractured and difficult. I jostled my way through the hordes of wheezing grunts because I needed to visit the gents on account of my accelerated rate of panic drinking. Stood beside me at the urinal was a dangerous thug who quizzed me aggressively about sport, his sentences barely formed and peppered with casual racism. I was, however, able to escape without a punch in the mouth or broken arms because I repeatedly called him mate and deliberately spoke like a slack-jawed dimwit. Back in the hateful bar, I was speaking to Tim and Laura about their trip to Morocco, but Glenn and Chris Woodman kept yelling whenever the sport so demanded. I told Glenn that sports fans were, without exception, reprehensible plebs deserving of only the very worst in life. He told me to lighten up and said it was only a game, but the damage done was irreparable. I would not see Glenn again after this day. The sport was over and the scum dispersed, either home to beat their wives or out to throw rocks at mosques. This exodus enabled us to secure a table, and there we sat, once friends, now strangers. They spoke to me and I heard nothing. Those I once loved had completely betrayed me. There was a tabloid newspaper littering the table, and Chris Woodman had opened it at the sports pages before I was able to burn it. He and Glenn talked amongst themselves like scheming little rats, whilst Tim showed me holiday pictures on his phone. I went outside for a cigarette and never returned.